right, this is The Guys Next Door, brought to you by Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. I'm Ron Arenas with my co-host, Pastor John McLean.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I would do that other song, but we'd have to pay money for that.
Okay.
That's the one for you.
Okay, well,
Very good.
thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
29s never look so good.
I know,
Yeah.
man. I do definitely need to lotion a little bit more, but yeah, well done, bud. Happy birthday, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
happy
it.
to be riding in the sidecar with you. Please don't crash us into the mountain of the guys next door.
And it's quite a mountain, too.
Yes, it
It's a
is.
nice little mountain
Yes,
that we
it
built.
is. Yeah, I'm happy to be here next side you, interviewing some of the most prominent people that Tucson has to offer.
Right.
And me.
And Will's here, too.
One of these guys that are the prominent guys that helped us build this mountain is Will Pena. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. All I got to say to you, Mr. Ron Arenas, is Feliz cumpleaños, mi amigo.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You picked the perfect day to work entirely too much, my friend, so everybody can tell you happy birthday.
It is a
That's
busy day
I
today.
get your tricks. Okay, that's why you're doing it, because you just want everybody telling you happy birthday. You are a happy birthday hungry man.
You know,
Okay.
if he sits at home, who's going to know?
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Honestly, I'd rather be on my bike all day. But
Okay.
but you know, work is work.
Work is work. And
Life
you're good
goes
at it.
on without you, whether you sit at home or not. So
Okay.
yeah, whether it's your birthday or not.
I could see that being advice you give to your sons a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to get up and do what you need to do.
And maybe this year you can actually take off those training wheels.
Maybe, I don't know. That's pretty scary. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
So what's going on, Will?
oh man, what isn't going on, Ron?
Tell
What
us,
isn't
tell
going
us.
on? Wow.
We're excited.
Well, we got all kinds of stuff going. You know, we're just done with the jam show. Looks like that was a success.
What a huge event
Um,
for Tucson.
oh,
Brings in
man.
so much
It-
tax
it's-
revenue.
Yeah,
and-
it's amazing how many people come from like all over the world, not
Mm,
just the
yeah.
United States.
Oh, yeah,
It's-
all
it's
over the world.
crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You know, on our TPS side, Tucson Pack and Ship, we were able to do a ton.
A ton.
Uh-huh. It's all rocks
you
and stuff
you
like
ship
that.
out, yeah,
Ship
and you
out,
weigh it,
ton,
so it's a
weigh it.
ton.
It's a ton.
Ah.
Yeah.
A ton of orders out to
Very
all
good.
over the United States and all over the world. It was crazy.
Okay, so you do international shipping.
Oh, absolutely, we do international
Okay.
shipping. Yeah,
Very good.
yeah. Then that means it goes like to China or to, I think Canada. Canada is.
It's not our 51st state yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We got
I would imagine he'd break it up into several different states, but yeah, that's semantics. So-
Yeah.
Well, you know, as long as we can send it over the Gulf of. We won't go there. We won't go there.
Golf of Waffle House?
The Gulf. The Gulf. Yeah. No, other than that, you know, we've got some interesting stuff coming up with the Southern Arizona Book Heroes. As you know, that I am a board member on that
You are,
fabulous
yeah.
charity there. And we've got a grand opening of our new building coming up here next week on Tuesday.
Ah, fantastic.
Tuesday, February 25th. The address there is 7290 East Broadway, number 118. We're doing that from 5 to 7 p.m.
Okay.
So we'd love for all of you to come out and join us. And
So that'd be maybe like around Broadway and Kolb?
yeah, in that area right
Yeah?
there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a building there where they're famous for selling wings.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, selling wings there. So, you know, it's like right behind that.
Mm.
Ah, very good.
Yeah.
And tell us
Interesting.
about Southern Arizona Book Heroes.
Well, you know, what we do there is we supply, what I like to say is we supply a distraction.
Okay.
That's what we do. So, you know, we supply a distraction to the kids, you know, the young adults with
Yeah.
who are dealing with some sort of tragedy,
Ah, okay.
some sort of traumatic episode.
Yeah.
You know, what we do is we give them books, we give them coloring books, we can give them journals, we give them stuffed animals, blankets, just different things, just to kind of occupy their mind.
Right. So it could be
And-
from a car accident to maybe some kind of domestic issue.
Sure, a domestic,
yeah.
some type of domestic violence. It could be a CPS issue.
Mhm.
It could be, you know, any type of first responder type issue. What we do is we give this really cool large duffel bag
Mm-hmm.
full of books and plushies and different things, and we give those to the police officers.
Okay.
And they keep them in their trunks of their car or somewhere in their car. And whenever they come upon a child that needs some distraction, they go in there and they get whether it's a book or whatever they choose from in there, and take it
Mhm.
out and give it to the child, and hopefully it causes it gives them a little bit of a distraction to what's actually going on
Yeah.
while their parents or the law enforcement or whoever it may be takes care of business.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
good.
yeah. And we were both. I feel like me and Will are following each other around today because we were both at the Hero networking breakfast this morning, and Jennifer was the founder of Southern Arizona Book Heroes, was the speaker, and just hearing her testimony and kind of what inspired her to create this, and how how she felt like this level of comfort and this kind of distraction that she was going through her own trauma as a child. It spoke volumes. It was a beautiful story. It was great to hear, and it was awesome to know that there's people like Will that helping her move what's already a really awesome nonprofit even farther forward. So I kind of say with that that in mind, what inspired you to join the board, and what are your hopes for the organization in the upcoming future?
Yeah, as you heard her story today,
Mm-hmm.
that's about the fourth time that I've heard her story, and it still just puts a knot in my throat still to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And after the first time I heard that, I was in. I was all in. I just recently joined the board, but
Mhm.
prior
You've
to
been
that,
involved for a while.
I've been involved with them for probably about a year and a half now, just
Okay.
helping out as much as I could through my businesses, through our personal. My wife and I,
Mhm.
we've been supporters of that organization. What we're hoping for here in joining the board is taking it taking it national.
Mm-hmm.
We're right now we're at the point to where we're covering most of Arizona.
Oh, okay.
We're covering most of Arizona. There's still obviously more that we will be doing in Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
but we also want to start trying to look at taking it national. Well, obviously not all at once, but if we can take one state at a time,
Right.
and
Maybe
and
grow
be able-
regional and
Yeah.
then just start growing
Yeah.
from there. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I teased Jennifer that now that I'm on board, that some have said that let's take this national. I'm like, let's take it global.
Mm.
Ah.
And of course, that's they look at me like I'm nuts, but but I am. So.
Yeah, with the good type of nuts, though.
Well,
So
yeah,
that's why you're a friend. of the
Well,
show.
if you're gonna dream big, right?
Yeah.
So,
Always. Yeah.
well, yeah.
I mean, all of us are entrepreneurs here, so
Mhm.
we've all dreamed big and
Yeah, we're definitely
keep
all
reaching.
all
Yeah.
dreamers, all charitable people, definitely. And in that same vein, I know outside of Southern Arizona Book Heroes, you're a pretty charitable guy. You're pretty involved in the community. Speak to that a little bit, so not only people know the work that you're doing, but know where they can plug in as well.
Absolutely. So I do a lot of work also in the South Tucson area.
Mm.
We work a lot with some of the Hispanic communities,
Mm-hmm.
doing different things, whether it's talking to parents and I used to have a tax business, so we used to at this point we still like to go and help educate some of the Hispanic
Yeah.
here in our south side of town, and talk to them so that they really so they understand what they're doing, how they're paying taxes and what it's doing.
Mm.
Right.
So we help out with that. ICS is another one that
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ron and I have
Which is
been,
Interfaith Community Services.
Interfaith.
Yeah. and
I've
they-
been there too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
well,
Well,
thank
he,
you.
he goes there, but
Yeah,
he's
every
like
now
a
and
director.
sometimes I take pictures.
Yes.
Every now and again, I hand the food. I think that's what you guys call it.
Yes.
But I'm there too.
Yeah, he is. He is there too.
Yes.
Yeah, he is there too. I apologize.
Thank you, Will. Thank you.
So, there's a lot of stuff we've been doing. We do Miracle in El Barrio,
Mhm.
where we also collect toys.
Yeah.
Around Christmas time for the needy children there of the South Side also.
Right.
That's kind of a big thing.
That's a big endeavor. I mean, you guys start collecting toys probably September or August.
Mm.
and
We
just-
actually we had a meeting last month, and we've already
Mm.
got stuff going. We're
wow.
going to start probably next month with some
Yeah.
things. But we kind of want to take that Milagro en el Barrio to just not be for Christmas time.
Mm.
We want to take it to do things year round to help the Hispanic community. So we're looking at different things, how we can impact, our local community here on the south side.
That's awesome. So for people who want to plug in with you, whether it's Tucson Pack and Ship, there's another organization that you oversee as well, Estrella Insurance.
Estrella Insurance,
Estrella
yes.
Insurance.
Yes.
Or they just want to be involved in some of your charitable ventures. How can they get a hold of you?
Man, easiest way to get a hold of me is just drop me a text, a call. I'm actually going to give you my direct line.
Oh, I don't even have that.
Yes. Can somebody turn him off, please? No, we're looking at 520-820-3435. That is my personal cell phone. Anybody who wants to get involved, help us out with any of these charities. Anybody that needs to do some shipping, need insurance, we are here to help you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you guys, man. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, Tucson Pack and Ship, Tucson Tamale, Piper Family Painting, and Steamy Concepts.
Yeah, and go to commongoodtucson.com for more information about the show, as well as all the other work that we do, including the awesome work that we do locating and connecting homeless veterans with housing. We'll be right back after the break.
All right. Well, welcome back. Pastor John, you don't have to sing to me again. That's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because I was
sure.
practicing.
I know you're ready.
Yeah,
you're
I was
ready.
Like, no. You sure?
Come
You good?
knock at my door. Is that the one? Yeah. Oh man, I knew it. I just had to.
So our next guest is Andres Ruiz from, well, you tell us.
Yeah, where are you from?
Where are you
Andres?
from?
Who are you?
Originally from Nogales, Sonora. Yeah. I'm with I Believe in Myself, Leadership Coaching and Speaking.
Right.
Okay.
And
And you
I don't
want to
think I've
talk
ever
about-
said that correct.
you
ever.
never said that. It's okay. It's a very long name.
Yeah.
Everybody says the same thing, so it's all good.
And you also wanted to talk about some of the books that you're helping to get published.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Just had the opportunity so far. I've counted it's about 50 people that I've helped so far be a published author.
Man,
Wow.
that's wild.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like in the past year.
In August, it's been since August.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. So it's been really cool to just help people see their face and their name on the book. Everybody's so excited and grateful, and just some of the results that I've been seeing. People have been getting speaking engagements because of the book, or
Oh, wow.
they've been getting people to just bring more business, just like the credibility and authority that a book brings. I had no idea the power of a book, what it had, even if it was just one chapter.
Uh-huh.
But as I'm starting to see, I mean, I saw what it did for me, but now that I'm seeing other people, what they're gaining from it, it's been crazy, man. I was like,
Wow.
wow, I didn't know that it had that much power. But now that I'm seeing people, like, whether it's getting more business or speaking engagements or clients, now I believe in it even more than ever. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it's been fun to watch from like outside, inside perspective. One being, one of your best friends for going on a decade.
I know, that's
two,
crazy.
being one of the first authors when you kind of took off with this group book writing project. And then three, now watching you continue on with this, whether it's doing other group writing projects or helping people just write their own books that they've been wanting to write their whole entire lives, but just needed the right coach, which is like, again, kind of tracing back to when as your a longtime friend, when you first started, I Believe in Myself, where probably you didn't exactly know what you're coaching people on and what you're kind of guiding people through. But now I've seen you guide people, whether it's through problems with their family, problems with their job, problems trying to start their business, get it going, successful business owners trying to continue to be successful, and now helping people be part of book projects and write their own book and really tell that story. So it's just being on this side of it, watching. It's been such a dream. And
Yeah, thanks,
I'm
man.
so proud of you, brother.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
super
you.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's been cool to have support from people from like you, man, and just people that believed in me, because there was a time that I didn't believe in myself, and you know it. And it's been crazy to just think that like you said, when I started I Believe in Myself, it was when I was working at a shelter. I was working at a shelter with kids, and when I was there were kids who just needed help with believing in themselves, and they only spoke Spanish, and then they asked me like, "Hey, Mister, like, tell us something in English that is really cool." And I said, "I say I believe in myself," and then they're like, "I believe in Michelle." No, I believe in myself. Eventually, they got it, and then little by little, kids would tell me, "Hey." They would call me teacher because they couldn't say teacher, but they would say, "Teacher, I believe in myself." And then, "Hey, I believe in myself." And then before you know it, like there was like about 300 kids there. And then everybody would tell me, "Hey, I believe in myself. I believe in," and then eventually the staff started saying, "Hey, I believe in myself." And it was like, whoa, it just grew like wildfire. And then one day I was giving a presentation to some of the kids. It was like about 60 kids in the room. And then I was giving them affirmations, and I was telling them, "Hey, say I believe in myself, and then I love myself, I am great." And they started to like say a little bit louder and say louder, louder, and then everybody was yelling it at the top of their lungs. And even the security came in and said, "Hey, what's going on?" And they thought they were fighting. And I was like, "No, man, we're just yelling affirmations like crazy people." And then that's when I said, "You know what, like I believe in myself. That's a pretty cool name for a company." And that's when I went to go get my business registered. And that's how I Believe in Myself began. And that was like about 8 years ago. No, 9 now. I'm thinking, whoa. So yeah, it's been quite the journey. And now that I see all the things that I've done, now I've spoken to like over 40,000 kids. And then now just with the books and all this stuff that I've been able to do, and it's just feel really grateful for what I get to do. And that I get to say, hey, I wake up and do what I really, truly love. Like, I'm excited every day to wake up and do what I love.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is. So tell us a little bit more about book writing. So everyone has a story, but most people don't know how to get it out.
Yeah.
So if they're interested in telling their story, how could they get a hold of you, and how could they start the process?
Yeah, so they could just send me a message, and what I do in this book writing experience is just I give them a guide step by step on how to write the book. People have been telling me it takes them about 90 minutes to 2 hours max to write the book, and then what we have an editor that edits the book, like the grammar, the punctuation, because I personally am not a good writer. I'm getting better, but I'm not the. I barely passed high school, but that's why I hired a team to help me with this. And then I also have people that do the formatting so that the book could look nice inside, where for the print and for the ebook. And then I also have the person who does the cover. So we do everything for the people that join the project. All they have to do is just write a chapter, 1,000 to 2,000 words. It's not a lot of writing that needs to be done, but this is a way to kind of get the ball rolling when it comes to becoming an author. And now I've had people that I'm helping now with their bigger book. Like, for example, I was talking to one of my clients, Lizette Leva, and she owns her beauty salon and 3 restaurants. And I'm helping her with her bigger book, and it's going to come out April 23rd. We already set the date. She's ready to launch. We've also helped people like Dan Wilkins and Coy Johnson put their book together. And it was first, they came to me and they said, "Man, I've been thinking about writing this book for 5, 10 years, 15 years. And we got it done in about a month."
Wow.
And it was just about the who, not the how. People are always trying to figure out how, but if you find the who, then that person will guide you, and that's who I am. I can help you write your book very quick. So that's pretty much the process. Super simple. I try to make it as simple as I possibly can. And we also support you with Zoom calls. And then, we have a little group like on a WhatsApp group or a text message group to kind of give you the support if you have any questions.
Man, that's so important. I mean, like I said, everyone has a story, but they just don't know how to get it out there.
They don't know how to get it out there. And then another thing that they have struggles with is that they don't feel good enough, or they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe like their story is powerful. I've had people where they've told me, "Man, I mean, I don't know if my story's good enough. I mean, I've saved people's lives. I've taken them out of burning houses." I'm like, how is that not a worthwhile story, man? The thing is, it's the mindset. People don't believe in their story. So we help as well with that to make sure that they see that, hey, you have done quite a bit and you do have a story to share with the world that can make an impact on people's lives. And another thing that you're doing is you're leaving a legacy behind. When you're gone, your kids, your grandkids are going to read that book. It's still going to be there. And that's the beauty of it. It's like you're going to leave your wisdom for those who will come after you. It's just like that's what's really cool as well. People are really excited to say, hey, I'm going to leave something for somebody to read. Like, hey, my dad, my grandfather, he wrote that book. And that's really powerful to think about when you think about it that way, you know?
Yeah, I didn't think about that part, but yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, I have a 97-year-old grandpa who I call him.
Wow.
Call him once a week, and I just ask him questions I've written down because I'm putting together a book for him off of stuff he's given me, and he's like,
it's a great
idea.
idea.
You wrote your own book. Here, put this stuff together, write my book. So yeah, so it's definitely, that hits home super hard, where it's just like, man, my grandpa's not going to be with us, soon. He's not going to be with us, and if I don't capture that information for our
he'll be
family,
gone forever.
we'll never know that he got drafted into World War II, and where he was stationed, and this, and all this stuff that is instrumental, in my opinion, to who we are as a family.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, and that, as you're saying that's something that I'm also in the works with my grandfather, because he's 88, and he has so much wisdom.
Young gun.
He's a young gun. Yeah. I know. Once you get to your 80s, you're like, if you're a couple of years behind, you're like, I'm young, man. But yeah, man, it's just been a beautiful journey to be able to help people just bring their story to life, and like I said, leave it something physical here for others to be able to read when they're gone, because I'm sure that, when you leave this earth, your kids, your grandkids, they'll be able to pick up that book, and then they'll still have their father with them right there.
Yeah, that's a great idea for everyone listening. I mean, if they have an older relative that they want to capture that story, they can help capture that story, put it all together, and then you can format it and put it either into a book or put it into a chapter of a book.
Yeah, and another thing, just to throw it out there, is like, you can record a conversation with your grandfather or grandmother, and then you just send it to us, and then we'll put it into a book. We can do that as well.
Okay.
So
yeah, and the idea kind of for you, Andreas, kind of moving forward, maybe, and if people listening, maybe if you want to, each family member writes a chapter in the book about
that's a good idea, dude.
So
I like that.
That's a really good idea.
I give you a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
How can
man.
people get a hold of you if they want to utilize your services?
If you'd like to, be a part of this next project, which we're actually going to launch it in late March, and it's going to be published in May, then send me an email at ibelievecal@gmail.com, or you can text me at 520-392-9179. I'm also on Facebook, Andres Ruiz, LinkedIn, Andres Ruiz, Instagram, Andres Ruiz Motivates. And yeah, just shoot me a message, and I'd be more than happy to give you all the details so you can join us and be a part of this Reinvent Yourself book project.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and you guys, thank you all for listening. Check us out on YouTube, the Facebook, the TikTok, and definitely go to commongoodtucson.com to see the work that we do, as well as veteranrescuemission.org, where you can find out more about our homeless veteran transition program and the work we're doing to try to connect our veterans and our loved heroes with their earned benefits. We'll check you out next week, and remember that Ron Arenas is the coolest guy you know.
Yes.